Hi guys, so we are looking at coordinates this evening. Hopefully for most of you this will be revision, but there may be a few new pieces of information in there for you as well. So to remind you, coordinates are used in mapping and we come across them quite often in maths as well, and they're used to pinpoint exactly where a point or shape is on a graph or a map. They're written in brackets, like you can see here, and they're separated with a comma. And they're in an ordered pair, which means they have to be written in the correct order, otherwise the location will be completely different to where you mean it to be. The x coordinate, and that means you go across the horizontal axis first, that's going across the ways, and then the y coordinate is second, and that means you go up. There are lots of little rhymes to help you remember which way to go. For example, you go along the runway, plane goes along the runway and then takes off, goes up, or you go along the corridor and up the stairs. And another easy way of remembering it is the fact that x is a cross. Okay, so it's a play on words there. It is a cross and it means going across. So when you're reading coordinates, the first number should read from the horizontal axis going across, as we've just said, and the second number goes up. So let's have a look at a few examples. Remembering across and then up. So we've got 1, so we go across the runway, and then the plane takes off, it goes up. So that is the point 1. How will we go at this one? 3, 5. So hopefully you went across to 3 first of all, and then up to 5. 6, 2, where do you think it should be? So all the way across to 6, and then up along the corridor and up the stairs. Okay, the second part of this presentation is going into more advanced territory. Please stick with it though, because you may learn something new here. Even if you find this challenging, a little piece of new information might go into your head. So this is what 4 quadrants look like when we're working with coordinates, and it basically means there's 4 sections instead of the one that we're mostly used to. Quadrant 1 is where we normally work, and that's in the positive numbers. So for example, the example we had, 1, 6 would have been found across 1 and up to 6. That's quadrant 1. We would have found all of the examples we've just done. Quadrant 2 is a little bit different because along the x-axis you can see we're into negative numbers, but going up the y-axis we're still in positive numbers. So your negative number would come first in this occasion because we go across and then up. Quadrant 3 can be found down below that, and here we're in double negatives, so we have a negative x and a negative y, and an example of that would be negative 2, negative 2. And quadrant 4, here we're in the positives on our x-axis and the negatives on our y-axis. So the coordinate here, for example, would be 2, negative 2. And the origin is always 0, 0. That's always your starting point that you work off, no matter what direction you're going in. Okay, so this is the first coordinate. This is what we're used to. That's the point 2, 2. What would this point be? 5, 2. And this one? 9, 5. And this one? 6, 7. Into the second quadrant now. What do you think this point is? Negative 2, 2, because we go across and then up. What about this one? So again, we start at the origin, we go across, negative 3, up to 8. What about this one? Negative 7, 7. This one? Negative 9, 4. And into the third. This is where we come across the 2 sets of negatives, both on x and y. What would we call this point? Negative 3, negative 2. And this one? We start at the origin, go across first of all to negative 9, and then we go down the y-axis to negative 5. This one? Negative 7, negative 9. And this one? 0, -6. We don't need to go across at all on the x-axis, but we still need to record that it was on the 0 line. And into the fourth quadrant then. What would this point be? 4, -1. And this one, starting at the origin, go across first to 9, and then along the y-axis to -7. This one, and there's a typo in that, that should be 6, -5, because we'll go across to 6 and down to -5. And this one should be 9, because we go across there, and then we don't go up or down, so the second point is 0. Have a go at these. This is your final challenge. 2, 6. 6, 2. -3, 0. -6, 4. -9, -3. -1, -6. 5, -1. And 9, -7. What I would like you to do now is to work your way through the rest of our virtual classroom, and remember to record on your brain dump anything that you found challenging and anything that you've understood today.